Vice Chairman of the State Administration Council, Deputy Prime Minister, Deputy Commander-in-Chief of Defense Services, Commander-in-Chief, Vice Senior General So Win, accompanied by Shan State Chief Minister Yu, senior Tatmadaw officers from the Office of the Commander-in-Chief and Deputy Ministers, yesterday afternoon met with Tatmadaw members in Nawnghkio, Shan State, reoccupied by Tatmadaw, which conducted the counter-terrorism operation to enable people to live peacefully. He inspected the people's hospital and schools destroyed by terrorists and met departmental officials and residents to fulfill their requirements. At the town hall in Nawnghkio, the Vizier General delivered a speech in honor of victorious Tatmadaw members. Speaking on the occasion, the Vice Senior General said that the counter-terrorism operation was conducted in the Tonghkam area with necessary preparations and administrative measures in line with the fine traditions of Tatmadaw. As a result, with unwavering determination and a fearless fighting spirit, Tatmadaw successfully combated the terrorists and reoccupied Nawnghkio. On behalf of Tatmadaw and the Commander-in-Chief of Defense Services, he praised those Tatmadaw members who participated in the fighting, urging them to continuously preserve their fine traditions. It is well known that the local ethnic people, who have been temporarily displaced due to the actions of terrorists, place great trust and reliance on Tatmadaw. Therefore, security personnel must continue to intensify efforts in maintaining territorial security and governance operations to ensure that local civilians can live peacefully, access food and shelter, and carry out the socio-economic development activities. Strengths and weaknesses should be reassessed to make effective use of them on the battlefield. Furthermore, all Tatmadaw members must continue to strictly adhere to issued orders and directives as disciplined soldiers, maintain strong mental resilience, uphold loyalty to the nation in Tatmadaw, and strive to enhance both their families' honor and the dignity of Tatmadaw. The Vice Senior General and Eltajin Nawnghkio, from the Office of the Commander-in-Chief, decorated Tatmadaw members with ranks of battlefield one-step promotion for their excellent performances. The Vice Senior General comforted residents receiving medical treatment at the temporary hospital, jointly operated by Tatmadaw and the Ministry of Health at Win Mangala Hall in Nawnghkio, and presented cash assistance to those residents and cash awards to health staff. The temporary hospital was opened on the 20th of July. Yesterday, 160 people received medical treatment at the hospital. Health staff arranged to provide vaccines for the prevention of infectious diseases to the people. A mobile medical treatment vehicle will arrive there to carry out emergency care. The Vizier General visited the hospital and took a 15-year-old inpatient from Nawnghkio to receive medical treatment at the Tatmadaw Hospital in Pinaween by helicopter, together with family members. The Vizier General donated Vaso robes and alms to members of the Sangha, led by Abbot of Hortor Monastery, Badantangusa, in South Ward in Nawnghkio. He supplicated efforts to shape Nawnghkio with more development than in the past as quickly as possible. The Sayadaw expressed great joy over Tatmadaw's successful recapture of Nawnghkio and extended his heartfelt blessings for the continued success of all Tatmadaw members and prayed for their safety and protection from harm. At the meeting with local ethnic people at the town hall of Nawnghkio, the Vice Senior General recounted that due to the support, encouragement, and assistance provided from behind the scenes using advanced technologies in terrorist activities, Tatmadaw withdrew from Nawnghkio and its vicinity to Tonghkam area and near the border of Pinaween to ensure the safety of residents in Nawnghkio Township and help them restore their socio-economic livelihoods. Tatmadaw members took on their responsibilities accordingly. Necessary administrative arrangements were made in the Tonghkam area, and the counter-terrorism operation was launched under Operation Ongzaya to eliminate terrorists. The Vice Senior General continued that after Tatmadaw's successful recapture of Nawnghkio, the Prime Minister gave the very first guidance that, since the present era is one of knowledge, only through basic education can higher knowledge be attained. Therefore, in order to nurture a greater number of educated individuals, basic education schools must be reopened as quickly as possible so that students can peacefully and happily resume their studies. He retold the guidance of the Prime Minister, saying that the Ministry of Education has to swiftly reopen schools and to admit student enrollments starting from the 22nd of July. The Prime Minister requested the people to send children to school without fail so they can continue their education. He also urged teachers to make up for the delayed reopening by using some of the school holidays to teach all the lessons in full and to ensure students achieve full understanding and progress. the Vice-Senior General retold the guidance of the Prime Minister, saying that Nawnghkio Township People's Hospital destroyed by terrorists will be repaired to normality to provide healthcare services to the people as usual. Furthermore, he explained one more point of the guidance, stating that efforts must be made to take security and rule of law measures to ensure peace, stability and development of Nawnghkio Township. The Vice-Senior General urged locals to cooperate with Tatmadaw and departmental officials in conducting security and rule of law measures. He emphasized that as a free and fair multi-party general election will be held in December this year, the relevant ministry will issue citizenship scrutiny cards and household registrations to the people for their losses and to enable eligible citizens to cast votes. The Vice-Senior General underlined that people need to cooperate with departmental officials in the renovation of houses, office buildings, roads and bridges destroyed by terrorists. The Vice-Senior General presented foodstuffs and family kits provided by the Ministry of Social Welfare, relief and resettlement for ethnic people through 2 town elders. It was reported that the Shan State Chief Minister and senior Tatmadaw officers have provided various items of supplies and rations provided by Mandalay Region and Shan State governments for residents who returned to their residences since the 18th of July. The Vice-Senior General cordially greeted local ethnic people and spoke words of encouragement. At the People's Hospital the Vice-Senior General viewed ground damage to the emergency operation theatre and other areas destroyed by terrorists and gave instructions on clearing of debris as quickly as possible, checking usable equipment, beautifying the hospital and renovation of water, power and septic measures. At the Nawnghkio Township Fire Services Department, the Vice-Senior General met firefighters and gave instructions to them to cooperate with departments concerned and people in rehabilitation efforts. At the No. 1 Basic Education High School in Nawnghkio, the Vice-Senior General inspected the halls of the school and the school head's office. The Township Education Officer and teachers reported to the Vice-Senior General on plans to admit students starting from the 22nd of July and teach them. The Vice-Senior General instructed officials to repair school buildings as quickly as possible. On arrival at Nawnghkio Myoma Police Station, the Vice-Senior General inspected damaged structures destroyed by terrorists and construction of the defensive base in the compound of the station. He urged police members to be loyal to the state and their organization in serving security and rule of law duties. At Nawnghkio Development Office, the Vice-Senior General met with departmental officials and urged them to serve security and rule of law duties for Nawnghkio to reoccupy trust of people. Soonest operate administrative mechanism, reorganize administrative bodies at different levels, make preparations for eligible voters not to lose right of voting in the forthcoming election, and give service in rehabilitation and public welfare efforts without any corruption. Furthermore, the Vice-Senior General stressed that the departmental buildings destroyed by the terrorists, as well as the damaged structures belonging to local residents, are to be assessed under Level I to inspections. These buildings must be categorized and marked with orange and red levels accordingly. Restoration and reconstruction work should be carried out step by step as quickly as possible, in accordance with the implementation plan issued by the Building Rehabilitation and New Construction Supervisory Committee. Priority must be given to renovation of schools and the hospital immediately. The Nawnghkio Township Administration Body must arrange that any local ethnic residents who genuinely wish to live peacefully under the authority of the government's administrative system, the religious principles of Dharma, and the rule of law, and who wish to honestly pursue their socio-economic livelihood, will be systematically screened and assisted to return and resettle in their respective neighborhoods and homes within Nawnghkio Township as soon as possible. In the process of rehabilitation efforts, plans will be drawn up for each activity, and weekly coordination meetings will be held to ensure that the reconstruction tasks are completed as swiftly as possible.